second just to make sure this is working. All right. And we are finally live, guys. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy here once again with another double reaction anime on Fate Strange Fake episode 4 and Sentenced to be a Hero episode 3. Now I'm going to do Fate Strange Fake first, and after that I will transition over to Sentenced to be a Hero episode 3. Now the anime actually is not out yet. So while I wait for it to come out, I will be doing some monologue while we wait for it to be released, because it should be released anytime soon. My information here states that it's going to be released at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's currently 11:04, and it should be any moment now, and we'll go from there. Now, for you audience, I'm going to do a quick poll here. Who are you here for? What anime are you looking forward to watch today? Is it Fate/Strange Fake, or is it Sentenced to be a Hero? Which anime is doing it for you right now? I will do a quick poll here. And what makes an episode peak for you? Is it story, action, or character? Do a quick peek. Quick poll while we wait for the episode to be available. Now, another thing that I want to touch base on the previous episode was what with the Jester and Hansa situation. How did Jester manage to fool Hansa? Does Jester has the ability of shapeshifting? Because he was able to trick Hansa. Hansa thought that Jester has finally gotten away, not knowing that the little kid was Jester. So does that mean that Jester has this ability to shapeshift himself? Because he fought Hansa as an adult, but during the time Hansa was chasing him and saw a kid that was Jester all along, he was able to transform his body or shapeshift his body into a little kid and was able to fool Hansa. I actually thought I was a bit disappointed due to the fact that Hansa, I'm sure he's been in countless battles before, and I'm sure he knows Dead Apostles has the ability to shapeshift. So how wasn't he able to realize and recognize that that was actually Jester, who turned himself into a kid and was able to fool Hansa? That's, a thought that I want to throw out there right now. So any minute now, the episode should be ready. And while we're waiting for it, you guys can cast your votes. What anime are you here for tonight? Are you here for Strange/Fake, or are you here for Sentenced to be a Hero? And the previous question that I asked, what makes an episode peak for you? Is it story, action, or character? I will answer my part on that question. If you think it's story, put it in the chat. If you think it's action, put it in the chat. Or if you think it's characters that makes an episode peak, put it in the chat. My take will be story, simply because a good storyline gives way to a good character, and a good character gives way to action. So everything all revolves around the story. If the story sucks, the character will not be able to be in his absolute best. And on top of that, you won't get a good action out of it because everything will be whacked pretty much. Everything starts with the story. The story matters a lot because it gives lead to character and action. But that's my take on that. Let me know what you think. What makes an episode peak for you? So, out of Providence, the episode should be ready in a minute or two. Are we going to see Hansa again in a fight? Or let me say, as so long as there will be a dead apostle, I think Hansa will always show up. Am I wrong or am I right? Because I don't think his battle with Jester is over. That was a good, intense fight, by the way. I really enjoyed it. So the episode should be ready in 1 minute. Hopefully, it won't be one of those 1 minute that takes so long that ends up being 10 minutes. You know? You know how, like, back in the day when computers would say loading in 1 minute, and then again, it ends up taking like 10 minutes for you to load up and the computers that we got back in the day. But I know that won't be the case here. It will actually be, it's now in seconds. Should be ready in seconds. So hold your horses. The animation on Strange/Fake, it's pretty good. I talked a lot about it. The animation is on point. I like it. And if you're a first time watcher or you're already caught up, type new or vet. If you're a Vectrian on this genre, let me know. If you're a new watcher, you're just watching this anime for the very first time, or the first few episodes for the very first time, let me know as well on the chat. And here we go. Coming right up. That steak looks delicious. Casta is just here chilling and drinking wine. It looks like Snowfield is going to be under chaos in a moment. Yeah, someone did a summoning. Oh my goodness, who is that? Yo, he disappears. Remember, there was a summoning on the previous episode, and he could barely see who this is. He could barely he wasn't able to detect who he summoned. And whatever he summoned has literally appeared behind him and then disappeared. He cannot keep track of him or whatever it is. Snowfield is about to be under a serious battlefield, into a battlefield in a moment. What do you guys think about the opening? Are we ever gonna see Castor in a fight? You know how they say that opening has a way of giving some stuff out. I just seen Jester. I don't think this will be the last time we're going to see Jester. Jester is going to show up once again. I'm not sure which episode, but he's gonna show up. This lady is old, hag. She's an old hag, but she looks like a kid. What's her secret? What the She's not what she seems. She she gives me the vibe. She gives me this vibe of a gluttony. Is she gluttony or something? Her stomach is a huge mouth of chaos or something. What was that? Ooh, what now? She is not bothered about what just happened behind. Ooh. Gilgamesh is not bothered. Who is firing this mysterious arrow? So Tine is Gilgamesh master, but the way he's talking to her, he looks like he is her master. This place is about to turn into a war zone. He's seeking revenge. Ooh, Tine! He wasn't gunning after Gilgamesh, he's gunning after Tine. Oh, he deflected all those swords. He negated all of them. Ooh! Just bring it. Oh, now he's aura farming. He's just throwing a bunch of swords at him, chunking it at him. That's probably thousands of those swords. He's laughing. The king of heroes, huh? Yoaina, so weak. You might as well be throwing sands. It looks like they're about to turn it up. Another strong presence has appeared. So this guy is not a joke. He's not an underling. Stui! Who punched him just now? What? What just happened? As strong as he is, I guess that's his master that came and punched him. What is going on? We got some incredible strong characters here. Gilgamesh is not the only one who is strong here. We got some incredible characters here. I guess he wants to blend in. He's playing guitar now? He's back at it again. Hmm? Ooh. Ooh, I think he got her. I think he got her. No way she dodged that attack. Queen of betrayal. She fires an arrow of her own. Wait, I didn't see him move. He stood still. What the feces is going on? He stood there and took the hit. He took the hit and didn't waver. Looks like he's not done yet. He's not done. He's coming for more. Ooh. He caught his arrow, his swords. It's actually a good thing that they took this battle in the desert and not in the city. They're gonna change the landscape of this place now. What is this now? 2-in-1? This battle has turned into 2 against 1. She broke through. She died at his hand. Who is this girl? This red-headed girl. And the new character that just showed up with a mask on his face. She almost said his full name and he stopped her from saying his name. What's the name of this character? His voiceover reminds me of Madara Uchiha. I seek vengeance upon gods. What? The red-headed woman is her servant. She sent her she sent her servant over there. Makes sense, because I was like, where did she come from? This has become a fatal four-way again. A fatal three-way, actually. Wait, what happened? A teleportation. They got teleported to another place. Edaku. Ooh. her? That's Edaku, right? If I'm not mistaken. She's been called by her master. I'll say this. Next time, I shall trample upon the power that lay dormant in the farthest reaches within you. It looks like the fight is over. Hippolyte, an Amazonian. Okay. She's teleported them back to their place. Really, they are not worthy to know his name just yet? Are you kidding me? I cannot wait to see this guy in a furious battle. Would like to see what that sword can really do when put to test. He's also looking to win this Holy Grail War. What? Yerbajala, the man who killed him. He should come up. He should come out with it and say his true name already. His true name is Richard. All right. I actually thought that this episode is going to continue Jester and Hansa battle, and we will switch over to another hero coming out of the woodworks to engage as well. But it looks like that didn't happen. What we got on this episode is Gilgamesh, this Amazonian, a spawn of Ares, shows up, and this person, this Alcides, Alcides character that shows up, badass as hell. I would have loved if the Amazonian woman didn't show up. But then again, the woman with Orlando in his office was the one that sent her her fighter over there because she interrupted her conversation with Orlando, thus forcing her to send her underline over there to battle. She is a badass. She's a badass, but I would have loved to see Alcides and Gilgamesh go at it full throttle because everything Gilgamesh threw at him, all the swords, thousands of swords that was chunked right towards Alcides, did not do a goddamn thing. He brushed it off. Even he allowed himself to get hit and nothing happened. Gilgamesh opening the portal of his sword, chunking everything at him, and he just stood there and uses his weapon. He evaded the first one. Tina was like, "What the hell? Did he just brushed probably hundreds of swords at the same time?" And he gave him, "Please bring it. This is nothing. Just bring it," like The Rock would say. And Gilgamesh said, "Okay, punk. All right. How about you deal with hundreds of them?" He started farming these swords at Alcides. Here, I'm going that he's going to butcher him with all these swords. Man, he went at him with all the swords he can muster. And Tina is like, "No way. Look at, he just stood there and negated all the swords, standing still." And he said, "So weak." He said, "So weak." After everything, he said, "You are so weak." And in the end, he tells Gilgamesh that next time we run into each other, the next fight we're going to have, I'm going to step on your core. I'm going to push you to your very core. You're going to fight me with your absolute best, And it's also interesting, while this fight was going on, Tina was like, "How are these guys not noticing me?" Because one of them, or I believe Alcides, fired one of his arrows and he almost got to Tina, because if Tina is destroyed, if at any point in time she's harmed, Gilgamesh will be harmed too, because Tina is his master, from the way I understood it. If anything is to happen to Tina, it's going to affect Gilgamesh, right? So Gilgamesh makes sure to protect Tina, because, he doesn't want her hurt. Man, they were about to go at it, and this woman shows up and punches Alcides, and the fight just went into from 1-1 to fatal three-way fight. Now, Alcides' voiceover, I get to say, he has to be the voiceover of Madara Uchiha. Please correct me if I'm wrong about that on the chat, or if you will watch this live stream after. That voiceover got to be Madara Uchiha's voice. I can't mistake that voice, I'm not very good at names, but one thing I'm very good at is voiceovers and face. I can recognize faces. So let me know if I'm correct on that. If so this voiceover is the same as Madara Uchiha from Naruto. And yeah, man, quite an interesting battle. I'm not sure if these three are going to meet again. Hopefully they do, because with this first encounter, they don't like each other. They want to get the best out of each other, and they want to whoop each other. So since these three wants to go at it, please let them go at it. I hope they're not, and then Edaku, which from what I've heard is Gilgamesh's sister or whatever, she is able to come in to deviate everybody from this fight, because her teleporting or maybe she created an illusion making them think that she transported them. She kind of stopped the whole fight by interfering. And it looks like somehow, some way, she still cares about Gilgamesh, even though they don't really get along. But somehow, some way, she still cares about him, because where she was, she felt that there's a strong opponent who is taking on Gilgamesh. She could have stayed where she was and just continued doing her thing. But for her to come here and interfere, making this fight to come to a neutral standoff, I didn't like that. She could have stayed where she was and have these guys duke it out. That would have been a good episode. But due to her interference, the face-off turns into a standoff, and they're just talking smack at each other until they decide to, until her master, that little girl who is actually an old-ass woman. I'm not sure how old she is, but you guys can let me know in the comment section. She is a monster in of itself. Her stomach is a huge mouth, a huge diabolical giant mouth of just gluttony. She is not what she seems. She's an old ass woman who looks like a little girl. And it's actually interesting that she was baiting Orlando to come and sleep with her. Like, do you want it? Like, what is wrong with you? So she calls her servant to come back, which was the reason why she left. She decided to leave the battlefield and promise, should they encounter each other again, it's going to be an ass whooping. And yeah, quite an interesting battle. Name is Alcides. Golden King, you are a powerful monarch, such that the sovereign I know cannot compare. And yet you are so weak. He keeps calling him weak. See, this is the second time. I shall trample upon the power of the gods. This is the second time he calls him weak. The first time is when he casted his sword right at him and he negated them. The second time is when he was about to leave the battlefield. He calls him weak and says, I shall trample upon the power of the gods that lay dormant in the furthest reaches within you. So he is telling him, the next time we meet, this encounter that we just had is nothing. I will push you to till your absolute limit. You will fight me at your absolute best. And if you cannot bring forth the dormant power that lies inside you from the furthest reaches, it will be your absolute end. That's exactly what he told him. The power that lays dormant in the furthest reaches within you, because Alcides understands that this is not Gilgamesh or the Golden King's power. This is not his full power. He is not at his full strength. But he promised him that the next time we run into each other, I will make you reach deeper in your core and bring forth your full power. And they were actually going to go seriously. And Edaku interfered and caused the fight to be a Mexican standoff situation. Yeah, man. And he just vanished. So that blood aura around him, it looks like he also mastered blood art as well. Now that he has disclosed his true name, it's meaningless for me to hide mine. My name is Hippolyte. Okay, I'm going to have to get used to the pronunciation of that name. Hippolyte or something, Hippolyte, child of Otara and the war god Ares. So she is a child from Ares. And we know Ares is actually interesting. Um, I am April 12th. Now, I normally don't talk about all these birthday signs and whatever. I'm not really into that nonsense, really. But for the content of this, I'm an Aries, April 12th. So she's a child of Ares, god of Ares, a child of war. So it kind of goes to show, and as well, she's from Amazonian. She's an I am the queen of the proud tribe known as the Amazons. So she's not just only one thing. She's two. She has two birthrights that are very famous in the Greek mythology notebooks, right? Two. She's from Amazon, and we know the Amazonian, they raised women. I'm not sure if I should call them feminist warriors. And the other one is she is also a child from a lineage from Aries. So she is the Golden King and his young vassal shall cross paths once again. All right, guys, I'm going to switch gears now. This is an interesting episode. And actually, the beginning of this genre, I was so clueless. I didn't know what was going on. The first episode, I had to go back and watch the previous movie, OVA, in order to at least get a good conception of the show. So slowly, I'm getting there. But I'm going to switch gears now to Sentenced to be a Hero. And now we are on the 45-minute hour mark. So now is the best time to switch gears. So, Sentenced to be a Hero coming up. Now, if you notice, they were cornered towards the ending of the previous episode. Asuya. That must be acid. Well, I thought it's acid. The design on Tasuya's teeth. Hopefully, I don't forget it. I'm going to go back to that scene. The design on these teeth speaks for the animation quality these guys have. It literally speaks to the animation quality. His teeth design. Sentenced to be a Hero is another awesome upcoming anime that's probably going to have its place depending on how they go from here, how good this first season becomes. The anime has been recognized by the new generation, new gen anime, but I'm not sure how far its recognition is going to go. I'm not sure how far it's going to at some point be in par with Demon Slayer, Solo Leveling, JJK. I'm not sure yet if we can rate it in par with those famous three anime that I've mentioned, but it does have potential. And again, the animation is on point. The animation is good. So shout out to Studio Kai for this animation. And do you guys think Silo's sentence, is it a blessing or is it a curse? I wonder how many times Tetsu has been revived to make him the way he is. Like he gave Tetsuya the leadway to lead this charge, which tells me like what I said on the previous episode. Tetsuya, when it comes to having a normal conversation, he's lost. He just zooms out. But when it comes to battle, he seems like he's a genius of his own. He's gonna lead this fight. That means there is there is a lot of intelligence behind Tetsuya's mind. Oh, these monsters are coming out. It looks like they got their work cut out for them. There is parts of this anime that reminds me of Vinland Saga for some reason. Except the monsters, of course. Here they come. It looks like they survived that wave of monsters. Oh, this is the other. This is another. I forgot her name. But they separated themselves in twos. They are exhausted. They've been fighting for hours, probably days. My legs hurts. That's a nice speech. Another wave is coming. Another wave is coming. What? What? They better attack all at once. Nice. Now I think until they go to the source and destroy the boss that is producing these monsters. Ooh. Ooh, they got help. They got help. Oh, thank goodness, the fairy. Tirita. Okay. They should make a weapon out of those monsters' gills and spikes, and because I think it will be sharper than their weapons. Hell no, I'm not praising your little punk ass. And all those swords, I think he's imbuing them with poison or something. Oh, damn, another wave is coming. Another wave is on its way. Their chemistry is quite interesting. Their chemistry is just out and ooh. Why didn't he use this weapon before? Oh, a sonic wave attack. That must be a boss doing this. A sonic wave attack. The only person who this is not affecting is Tatsuya. The source of the demon lord blight. Yeah, probably the boss. It's about to be a boss fight. The source of the problem they've been facing. Musqueta found you. What the hell is that? Musqueta. Lotus. The sonic wave, it's almost driving them mad. Oh, it's really affecting them. It is trying to rob the men of their mind. Hmm. The only person this is not affecting is Tatsuya. Probably because there's not really much in that head to be confused or to be corrupt. There's nothing in there to be corrupted. It looks like it's a female boss fight. Ooh. Hmm. Ooh. And Tatsuya is a ooh. What? Soy. Oi. A decoy. Oh, she has like what? 3 eyes or something? That's a third eye. I've been wondering where is the other team this whole time. I'm sure this noise must be bothering them as well. They should team up together and take this thing out. It looks like the voice, or the sound got worse. Hmm. This king is really putting it all on the line, man. He's really fighting hard to protect his people. They should use that light because it looks like it's affecting this boss. Ooh. Tetsuya, go, man. Did you guys see that? He doesn't like that fire, that blue fire. Oh, damn. He broke his leg. He's about to cut it off. Oh, damn. He must be in some excruciating pain. He's cutting off his leg, man. Kiara-san, you will pay. Damn. He cut off his own leg. Man. Ikizo in the eyeball. Damn, this man really fought. He really, really fought for his people, man. He truly fought. He cut off his own leg. Finally, man. My goodness. Finally. And this king is the MVP right now. Look at Tatsuya. He's sleeping. What a weird character, man. Tatsuya is a weird character, boy. They really went through quite a bit inside that dungeon. They really, really went through it, man. They were really pushed to their absolute limit. He'll be getting a new leg from somebody else. What are they gonna do to his injured leg? Man, he made it. The chieftain. Remember on the previous episode, she gave him a weird look. That kid gave Xylo a weird look, and now she's thanking him. she is a feisty one, man. She's annoying in some ways, but at the same time funny. At the same time. Oh, you're giving her a flower. I guess that will shut her up for sure. Oh man. What is that priest trying to do? Arrest them after everything they've done for this town? I want to talk some more. She does talk too much, man. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, she talks a lot. That girl, Terota talks a lot, man. Sometimes it can be annoying, but some other times I can understand her because her character is actually helping Zairo in some way, shape, or form. It's helping him to not drown himself into the sorrows, into drown himself in despairs that he's been with. And I asked this question before. His sentence, I got to say, because if you ask me if is Zairo's sentence, is it a blessing or a curse? I would say it's a little bit of both. It's a curse in the sense that every time he's unalive, they have to bring him back. And the more that happens, he's going to become like Tetsuya. And I will get to Tetsuya in a moment. And it's a blessing because he has the strength at least to defend himself. Because in this world, in this situation, if you are not strong enough, you're gonna, be unalive by monsters. But then again, he is sentenced to be a hero. So the ones that are not fighting, look at this village. That they are not strong. They have only few strong men, but not as Zairo. So if you are not strong enough to defend your family, you're gonna be a goner if this monsters walks right into your town. That's where it's a blessing, but it's a curse due to the fact that all this fighting, seeing countless deaths, seeing his comrade get decimated by these monsters, it's gonna rift a trauma. And let's not forget, should he be unalived, they're gonna bring him back to continue where he left off. So the countless trauma is gonna just keep rolling. I want to talk about Tetsuya, the design, man. Shout out to Studio Kai because they are doing quite a good job. I just want to pay attention to Tetsuya's design. When he went up against the monster, his teeth design, man, right there. Oh man, I missed it. Just the design, how wait for it. Man, right there, his teeth, just the design on his teeth tells you that this man has been through so much. He's probably, of course, he's not taking care of himself in terms of hygiene wise. And the teeth chipping here and there is probably due to battles. He's been through many battles. Out of all of them, he's the only one who is probably the oldest who has been, and the oldest and the one who has been revived countless time other than the others. Until we meet another character like Tetsuya, right now he is the only one who has been revived way more than the others. And you can see it has taken a toll on him. And again, you can also see that probably when he was alive and wasn't revived so much, he was a good warrior. And he's still a good warrior even in his condition. Looking at how the chip of his tooth and everything, he's been through countless battle, and the precision of his battle. Even he is so good at what he does that the king appointed him to take the lead on this fight. And he did take the lead. Episode ago, or the previous episode, when they showed us when he was sitting, looking at the moon, just thinking of nothing, just gazing right at the moon, he looked like he's just a senseless idiot. He's a zombie. But then again, when it comes to battle, he knows his stuff. The king trusts him so much and gave him the lead to lead this unit. And he did lead. Look at him over there chilling. I wish, I'm not sure if we will get a flashback on Tetsuya before he lost a little bit of his mind and his conscience. I wish we would get a flashback on him, how he was, the kind of fighter he is. Even now, with his mind zombie-like, you can still see that he is a warrior, although Zairo is still the main guy, he is the protagonist, but Tetsuya battle prowess is just off the charts. I mean, when he went up against this, just like that, man, He's the only one charging. Everybody else is at bay trying to fight the tails of this beast. Tetsuya is going right to the core. Like he's gunning for this beast, for this monster. He went right to closes the gap. Zyro providing support from distance. He's providing him support at a distance. And right there, man, that was a nice slice, man. Tetsuya is a beast. And there was this part where he allowed his muscle to expand, almost like Broly-like. I'm not sure if you guys cut that. Almost like Broly-like when he allowed his muscle to expand. He was huge, right? And I guess that expansion is, it comes from his passion of fighting in the heat of battle, the rage. He just grew like Broly for some reason. Of course, this boss fight is no stupid. It turns out to be a decoy. That's the real eye there. That's the real source. And again, when this source, going back to the Majesty, man, this man fought like hell, bro. When he was grabbed, this thing broke his leg because that fire that he was using to attack this boss, there's something about that fire. Is not an ordinary fire. That is a fire that has elixir of ingredients to destroy anything evil or something. So when this monster grabbed his ass, man, this monster broke his leg. You can see his leg is twisted to the other side. It's just, it literally broke his leg. And he was caught up right up there, helpless. And the only thing he can think of in the heat of the battle is to do what? He cut. This man fought. He really, really fought. Yara-san, 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 Ryu-san, Ryu-san. You will pay, you will pay. He literally cut off his... Oh my goodness. Man, he cut off his own leg, and while in pain, he didn't even try to think of his situation, that he just cut off his leg. He is in a grievous pain at this point. He did not think about that. He was just gunning for the eye. Man, he cut off his own leg, and at that point, he understood what he must do, and he goes after. Stay right there. I'm coming to save you. Right in the eye. Right in the eye. Then that created a good amount of opening, and Zyro literally took advantage, a full advantage of it, and roasted this boss. This is actually, and I like the concept of this boss fight as well, because this boss fight is not like any other boss fight. When they thought that they were attacking the body and the boss camouflaged herself, you think that these three and her, because she showed up here, Musqueta, all that Musqueta stuff. Where is she? When the real stuff came out, because, when they kept facing these monsters, waves after waves after waves, I'm like, this is going to go on for a while until they go to the source and stop the source. This will definitely continue, right? And at that moment, the real source comes right out. Well, before she came out, she started this wave, this noise that were making the men almost want to rip their mind out of their body. Right? It's just a messed up EMP wave. It was making the man. She was even using that EMP wave to kind of control the men. He's trying to lead them astray. Misuketa, I found you. Now, when you look at this, you think that's the real. If they kept attacking her body without attacking that eye, they would have lost this fight. That's what I was trying to show you guys. You know, you think, and the concept of this boss is different from the previous boss fight they had, I believe, on the first episode or the second episode, right? You can't attack, you can't win by attacking the body. You have to find the source, and the source is that eye that latched at a distance, watching everything, giving the boss a better hindsight of the severance of the battlefield, right? It's almost like a third eye. She had a third eye stitched or stitched up somewhere close to the battlefield, but away from eyes to really focus, you know? And they were attacking the body, and he wasn't doing a goddamn thing until they attacked the source, that eye. That was when they were able to finally defeat this boss fight. Quite interesting. Now, like I said, this anime, I'm not sure, based on how it's going, for me, it's doing pretty good. I'm not 100% sure if it will be recognized in par with JJK, with the likes of Solo Leveling, with the likes of what other new gen anime out there. You know, I'm not sure if it will be recognized. Demon Slayer, I'm not sure if it will be in par. Demon Slayer, that will probably be pushing it. Maybe, just maybe, JJK. I'm not sure for Solo Leveling, but it does have its own presence. You know, it kind of have the same presence, almost the same presence as Solo Leveling, because they go to a dungeon and they fight boss fight monsters and stuff like that. So I'm not sure where its relevancy stays, but you guys can let me know what you think in the chat. What do you think? Do you think this anime, if it keeps going the way it's going, giving us good quality animation, good storyline, good character development, if it will someday come in the same light zone, in the same sector as JJK and the likes of Solo Leveler? Let me know. And that will be it, man. Let me go to the poll real quick to see the votes. Yeah, we got 0 votes. We got 0 votes. We got 2 likes. We got 79 views with only 2 likes. All right. Okay. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. Feel free to check out other reaction videos that I have on the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Adios.